Oh, hello. Hello. There you go.
Oh my goodness. I could go on for days about how much I love you,
Oh,
but
you're very sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I know you have very little time, so I'm gonna not fan out. Okay.
I appreciate it. You're that means a lot to me.
Well,
Thank you.
I'm very much looking forward to you coming to Cerritos. You're going to be pretty close to me, so I will be there. I'm very
Oh,
much
good.
to it. So your new tour, it's called I'm Not Broken. What does that
Mhm.
mean to you?
Well, it is. It means a lot because it's the title of a live album and a docu-series that was recorded and filmed at the Kansas State Women's Penitentiary in Topeka, the Topeka Correctional Facility. So it's a documentary on some of the women in the prison, me coming in doing a whole concert, how music can really heal and change, and then a look inside about crime and punishment and drug abuse and early childhood trauma, and maybe changing hearts and minds about that. So this whole tour is called I'm Not Broken. And I'm Not Broken means sometimes, especially women, we think, I just can't do this right. I'm just not enough. I'm not enough for my family. I'm not enough for my job or whatever it is that you're doing, and you can feel that way. And we're not broken. We're not broken. We just need to approach life differently and understand what's gone in, how we've been trained, and how we can break that chain.
All of your themes are always, it always hits everyone's hearts. It always like all of your music in one way or another has connected with so many audiences and so many ages and like you said, like even just this inspiration with the women. What inspired this album? What made you even think to even do this?
Well, I grew up in Leavenworth, Kansas. And if you know of Leavenworth at all, you think of the big federal penitentiary that's there. So I grew up in a prison town. Not only is that penitentiary there, there's four other prisons that are within 20 miles of my home. And growing up there in the 60s, Johnny Cash came. He came and performed at the prison. We didn't get to see him. No one in the town saw him, just the prison. And I thought, wow, that's prisons must be a place of great entertainment or something. This is something you do is go in there. And then later, when I was in high school, I actually went into all of those prisons and did shows and different sorts of performances. And I saw how much music meant to people that didn't have a whole lot of joy every day, and how they responded, how appreciative they were. And so I always wanted to go back and do it again. And actually, in the '90s, I was speaking with Tammy Wynette. We were good friends, and we were actually ready to go into a prison. We were going to do it with HBO, and then she got sick and she passed away. And I always was like, I got to do this. This is something that was near and dear to my heart, and it took a long time, but finally, the right people, the right warden in the prison, the right everything, and it just happened last year.
I'm very excited about that.
Oh, cool. You'll yeah, I'm real proud of it. It's a two-part docuseries. It's just 2 hours, and it's really powerful, and it's also very enlightening, and it lifts you up. So it's gonna leave you feeling good.
Oh. Well, with all of your timeless anthems, you're singing for years with, things like I know for me, like I'm a marathoner, and so Run for Life is always on my ears.
Sweet.
Means so much. Now do you ever, I would assume, but I mean, when you're performing these songs, do you revisit them differently over the years? Do you see, connecting to these songs that are truly timeless? Do you connect with them differently as you grow in your
Yeah,
music and personally?
yeah, because I change, and they are moments in time for me, and some of them are uh some of them I try to project into the future, maybe, something I can hold on to. And now I'm singing them going, oh yeah, I'm okay. I'm doing okay. I'm all right. And that song is is one of them. It's like, we'll keep running, we're going, we're doing this. And yeah, because I'm not, I'm in an incredible relationship. I'm married and very, very happy, and it's been, years and years and years and years, and I figured that part out of my life, and about how I need to love myself first before I can expect someone else to love me. And so I'm the only one woman anymore. But boy, when I sing it, it's a lot of fun, because it's not a heartbreak to me anymore. It's not hard. It's more triumphant. So I can go back and still sing those songs. Love to do it. That's favorite part of the concert, is when I play the hit songs and everybody goes crazy. That's just
Yeah.
fun as can be. So I still love it though, and revel in the memory of it all.
Aw. Well, I feel like all of us are connected to you in that way. I mean, we've watched you through the years. And so being in the environment where with so much going on, and you're a huge advocate too, and you're, often in the headlines for your advocacy. And I feel like on that too, I feel like everyone feels like they're in this fight with you on
Aw.
so many levels. So for you, how is that with your advocacy? Is that obviously in this latest, album and your documentary, and
Mhm.
what does that mean to you to have this platform and spread the message?
Well, it's so funny, because I didn't enter this business to be any sort of advocate or activist. I was just going to be a rock star, and that was it. That was like my whole intention. And then life happens. Life happens. I was a gay person living in the 80s and the 90s, and I saw AIDS, and I saw what was happening, and it was important to me when I felt the questions getting closer, the person, the person, the it was important for me to know the person that I was. It was important for me to tell other people that. So coming out was something that just felt right for me. I didn't want to hide, and I was caught up in a moment and in a movement in the 90s where I became a spokesperson. They didn't have anybody else to ask that was famous, and so they spoke to me about it. And I just, spoke my truth, and that did make me very powerful. It made me feel more powerful, and it made me want to, help, and it felt good, and it felt real. And so then as life went on, I did get cancer. Yes, I got cancer 20 years ago. I'm 20 years cancer free now. And, it feels good. I learned about my health. I learned about stress, learned about all of that. And so now, yeah, you could call me an advocate. I lived through it. This is what I know. Now, 4 years ago, I lost my son to a fentanyl overdose, and I know that issue that's in our world, not only our country, but our world. And yeah, it makes me an advocate, because I speak about how it can destroy families. It can just be so hard on a family, and we have to take care of ourselves, and we have to look for other options to pain relief, and to opioid addiction, and understanding opioid use disorder. And so I have a foundation called the Etheridge Foundation that provides grants and money to research plant medicine as an alternative to opioids.
Oh, wonderful. That's wonderful. I swear, like I said, I feel like all of us in one way or another have connected with you. And
Mm.
um, yeah, I've read on your foundation. I've looked into it. I'm like, oh, I wish that, you have to get connected with the marathons. Think about that one too.
All right, well,
Uh,
absolutely, we'll come knocking soon.
I will.
Yeah.
So, is there a particular moment? Because I mean, you have obviously Grammys and you have Oscars. Is there any particular award or moment in your career that you hold near and dear to you over everything else?
Oh, well, the awards are fun. That's a lovely thing to go, whoo, I won that, and I get to put the hardware up in the shelf, and those are fun. It's not why I do this. Some of my favorite moments are when I can see someone having an experience in the audience, when someone really uh, loves what they do. When I can get to collaborate with some people that I'd always dreamed of, like singing with Bruce Springsteen, that was, huge for me in the 90s. He was a huge influence. And, collaborations, it's just enjoying it every step of the way now. It's fun.
Um, what would you say is, I mean, I could, like I said, all your accolades, but what would you say is left on your, I don't like to say bucket list though. I don't like to say that because you have so much more ahead of you, but creatively or personally, what are we going to see from Melissa?
Well, you will see a new album. I will make it next year. I don't know if it'll come out next year, but I will make it next year. And because I haven't made a new album in 6 years about, and I'm really looking forward to that. And creating, collaborating. Also, I think of other uh, art forms. I love television. My wife is in television. We met because we wanted to do television together, and we, now we do life together, and we still want to do television together. But that's something that we're always thinking about and wanting to do.
You're writing together and you want to produce with her
Oh
and
yeah,
oh
oh
yeah,
yeah. Create music, television. Create. We got lots of ideas.
exciting.
So that's in the future. We'll be doing that.
I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah.
So what do you, in terms of your I'm Not Broken tour now, what
Mhm.
kind of message do you want your fans to bring home with them?
Oh, I would love it. The concert experience, to me, my whole intention is to lift people up. That when they come to the show, they might be one way, but boy, when they leave, they're going to feel lighter. They're going to feel better. They won't even know why, that they're just going to feel better about themselves. They're going to holler and get some emotions out. They're going to enjoy some really good music. They're going to be surprised at all the instruments I play, and how well I play the guitar. They're just going to be surprised and delighted. And that's what I want the audience to leave going, wow, I was surprised and delighted.
Oh, well, I am so looking forward to it. I hope to give you a hug. Thank you for being so
Yes.
real and
Come backstage.
wonderful.
We've got meet and greet. Come back and
Oh,
say hi.
thank you. Thank you. Oh, I would
All
love
right.
that. Oh, you just made my life.
Fantastic.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Jen.